Hello everybody, how's it all going? Hope you're well. Welcome to another video. Today's video is called React, because if you didn't know, I was actually in a TV show, whoop whoop, about a couple of years ago now. I think maybe 3 years ago. I'll have to check that out. Should have done my research before I start filming. So I was in a TV show called Endeavour. Just to set the scene, at the time of filming I was in Windsor. I was working at Legoland on a stage show called say that all again. Working on a TV show called I was working on a stage show at Legoland Windsor called Ninjago Live, the Portal of Peril. So I was playing a ninja. It was a really good show. You can see the video for it on my YouTube channel, so go and check it out. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist anymore, so you can't actually go to Legoland and watch it because they got rid of the show. So I was working there part-time, and I was also signed to an agent who I'm still signed to, Ray Night Castings, and I think this must have been my second job, because the first job I did for Ray Night would have been Sick Note, which was Sky One, which was Rupert's black comedy, which was quite fun, and this was a featured extra role, supporting artist role. So I was featured. Unfortunately, I wasn't credited on the episode for it, because to get credited you need to say lines, but unfortunately my character got killed, spoiler alert. So I did about 7 days worth of filming. It was actually joked about the fact that I was in more than most of the main characters, which was quite cool. And yeah, so it was a great time. So you'll see it down here. You can also see my scenes in another video where I just posted an edited version of them, so let's have a look. So as you first see me, I am a German guy, so I'm watching on my iPad. I'm part of a team called the German team for this. Basically it's like Strike It Lucky, or basically it's like it's a famous TV show where all these different nationality groups are competing in silly crazy games. So basically it's we were filmed, and I was playing a guy called Kurt. I was playing a German guy who basically says, so this first scene you see was actually not my first filming day. My first filming day was not even filmed, it was all photos. So it was all kind of like photos and stuff that were going to be used throughout the show to kind of give me life, give me a bit of a backstory. So this was actually a couple of days filming. The guy they actually cut to played multiple roles that day. He was on all the teams, and yeah, so we did a lot of walking, a lot of looking dodgy, because as you watch the episode, if you do go and watch the episode, I'm an undercover spy, and I'm always looking over my shoulder because I don't know when someone's going to try and kill me. So the shot before where you see me being revealed is a relay race, and basically I'm in a Giants costume. Now unfortunately, due to, I don't know, health and safety or anything like that, I wasn't actually in the Giants costume. I had to get into it at the end. So basically they had a stunt double for me and for my character, basically do this relay race numerous times, falling over so they could get all the different shots. And then right at the end of the day, so they had me in from something stupid like 6 a.m. for hair and makeup. I then sat on set pretty much the whole day just waiting to do this scene, and this was like one of the first scenes I filmed. So then you see me getting pulled out of the Giant. You see the shot marks on the back, and then you go into there. So that scene actually got re-filmed. So we filmed it the first day, and I heard rumours it was something to do with the way the blood was going, or there was too much blood, or there wasn't enough blood. So then it got reshot, and the day it got reshot, it was tipping it down with rain at the time we were filming this. So it was actually all done in the tent that we're going into now. So this was my next bit of scenage, where I got to just sit still, on a stretcher. I did find out later they were actually going to pull me out in that stretcher, but they realised they shouldn't because I'm quite tall and quite chunky, and there was already a rip in it, and they could see me getting dead. So yeah, so basically I just had to lay on that stretcher. You didn't get to see me go in or go out like it was meant to be. I was just there, ready. And they did a little shot of the Giants costume that I was in as well. So yeah, so it was quite a good couple of days for me, because first I got to watch someone be a stunt double of me falling over numerous times. Then I got to get pulled out of a Giants costume and get flipped over so they could reveal my face. And then I got to reshoot that because they wanted a different bloody effect. And then I got to lay on a stretcher whilst they did another scene. Again, I was in for quite a while for most of these. So the next scene you're going to see is one of the photos we took on my first day. So this was quite cool, and it actually reveals my name. And I think it's Kurt. Yeah, Kurt Fuschka or something like that. So that photo was actually done in a trailer, and it was with a photographer. Basically, it was me, a photographer, and basically a showrunner. And we were in this area where they were doing other scenes, and I was just brought in to get in costume, so they could take a picture of me for my passport. And they took other pictures of me just like in and around the local area. It was actually all filmed in like Beaconsfield way. It was quite interesting. I don't think many of the photos from that first initial day were used, other than that photo of me in there. So the next scene you see me is my final scene that I ever got to film, and this is in Beaconsfield, and this is actually in a reused old language school. So this is one of their like studio spaces. They actually painted me with this white kind of makeup to make me look even more dead. And continuity, if you wanted to look into it, where I actually got shot and where he was actually taking the bullets from, two completely different sides, but who cares because it's TV. So I was on a very cold slab, topless from what I can remember, and again dead, and he pulls bullets out, and then I get taken away because I'm part of a spooky place. So that was actually from what I can remember, that was the final scene that I filmed, and there I am. Now, I was working undercover, and I was working with a number of different pieces. It's basically based on Tinker Sailor Spy. Yeah, that kind of thing. So here we go with some more photos. So these photos were actually took on the day that we did all of the walking scenes and the reveal and the death and all that kind of stuff. So he's just looking through all the group shots. It was quite funny because, again, you got repositioned in a certain way, so you got seen more of. So that was quite cool. I got very nervous because I was like, yay. And then this is my favourite picture because it's me holding a sausage. So, of course, I'm meant to be German. I went to university. I was part of a German society. I got to meet this guy. I did photos with him, and then he went off to do a scene where he spoke about me highly. But they didn't check to see if I was a vegetarian. So they had to get me to eat like sausages and cheer with beer and stuff like that, and luckily we had these cups that were empty, so I got to spit them out. These were actually taken literally 5 seconds away from another scene they were filming, so that was quite cool. And that's the picture that everyone thinks is hilarious because you just literally it's just me with a sausage in my hand, and I'm just like, there we go. The guy who played me was actually I want to say he was French, or he was English but could do French, or been living in France. And then one of the final scenes, you actually see me alive. So this was the best thing about this role. The guy that I was actually working for and translating for was this guy. It was all done in a perfume factory. So there we go, me trying to be like Yeah. And then we walk in. So yeah, so that was me in Endeavour. So if you want to watch the episode, it was episode 5, season 5. It was a great experience, loved it, and it gave me a lot of kind of warm feelings inside that I was actually doing something that I had trained for, which is quite cool. And it's an episode that's going to kind of live forever. It's a bit sad that I didn't get credited for it, but again, I can say that I was there and I did quite a bit of work on it, 7 days. And like I said, it was based, we did a lot of filming in Beaconsfield kind of way, so that was quite cool. So if you want to watch the whole episode, it's really good. It's quite an interesting one. I get talked about quite a lot because I was the main death in it. So yeah, so there you go. That was my time and my reaction to me being in Endeavour. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.